Hello, my friends. I'm Dr. Steve Nugent. Are you concerned about immune health, brain health, digestive health, liver health, or just overall health? Well, if you said yes to any of those questions, you've tuned in to the right broadcast. What is the gut microbiome? We'll talk about that in the next few moments. What's leaky gut? We'll explain that as well. How does the gut microbiome support your immune system health and your brain health? Those are some interesting questions that we'll answer in the next few minutes. Your gut health is crucial to your overall health. So yes, in terms of immune support, brain health, very interesting science on that. Food sensitivities. Many experts say that food sensitivities are linked to gut health. What about weight gain and weight loss? If you find that it's difficult to lose weight, an unhappy gut might be part of that. If you've been gaining weight unusually, again, an unhappy gut might be part of the problem. And of course, digestive health and, if you bloat after you eat, that sort of thing. But there's much more. Even things like mood swings are now being linked through science to an unhappy gut or a happy gut. So that's what we'll be talking about in the next few minutes. Your entire life benefits from the health and the balance of your microbiome. I'm sure you've heard the term. Not everyone understands actually what it means, so we'll take a few moments to explain. All right, the microbiome is something which is on you and in you. Yes, you have a microbiome on your skin as well as one in your gut. You have a microbiome in your mouth. Well, the microbiome is made up of microbes, and microbes can be various microscopic organisms which are beneficial to your health, which are necessary to your health. Thank goodness they're microscopic. You can't see them, so you're completely unaware of them. And the ecosystem community is so huge that it literally, if you were to take all of the microbes in your body and on your body and weigh them separately, in the average adult, they'd weigh about 5 pounds. That's a lot of microscopic microbes, isn't it? Some of these microbes reside on your skin or in your mouth, as I mentioned, but 90 to 95% of them reside in your gut. Your gut, your brain, your immune system, they all interact through these microbes. In fact, there's some fascinating new science where genetic scientists are actually studying the genes of those tiny microscopic microbes to determine the connection between those genes in the microbes and human behavior. And they've already made some very important links to changes in human behavior and brain function based on those microbes. So a happy gut is really important to your health, your immune system, your brain function. So really, your entire life benefits from a healthy and happy gut. Now, of course, we always think about the gut in terms of digestion, but there's much more to it than that. Your intestinal wall acts as an important barrier, and that barrier can help to protect you from various types of pathogens. It does other things as well. So let's first talk about the intestinal wall or the gut wall. So on one side of the picture, you're seeing what it looks like to have a healthy gut lining. And it's very tight. All the junctions are very tight. Now, this is part of your healthy design. In fact, those very tiny, tiny openings deliberately allow water and certain nutrients to pass through your gut wall into your blood. So you see on the picture, below the gut wall on the picture is your bloodstream. You see the red blood cells going along. So when nutrients go through their final stage of digestion, the first stage, of course, being in your stomach with enzymes, but this last stage in your gut, then a healthy gut lining will allow those nutrients to pass through into your bloodstream as necessary. As you see the picture next to it, that represents an artist's conception of what a leaky gut would look like. Now, in this case, some things might enter your body that shouldn't enter your body. There are many things that can contribute to an unhealthy gut lining. Now, that can be a deficiency in certain nutrients. We already know from many scientific studies that the modern diet is not providing sufficient vitamin and mineral by diet alone to the average adult around the world. So if you're deficient in, let's say, vitamin A, D, or zinc, this can contribute to a leaky gut. Folks, we have the best in class multivitamin on planet Earth in a product called Catalyst. Make sure you take your Catalyst every day to ensure that you're getting the vitamins and the minerals and some other important cofactors that your body requires, certainly that your gut requires. If you're consuming food with gluten in it, and most people are on planet Earth, then that can contribute to it as well. Excessive sugar intake, and sugar intake, unfortunately, is excessive around the world. Stress that I've mentioned, according to the World Health Organization, stress is the #1 epidemic of the 21st century. Stress is not going away, my friends, and it does contribute to leaky gut. And of course, alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption is up by 70% over the last few years. It doesn't seem to be getting better either, and alcohol consumption certainly can affect the health of your gut lining. Gut microbes influence many aspects of your health, not just breaking down your food, which is crucially important, and that's the third stage of your digestion. The first stage, of course, being chewing, and the second stage being digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid in your stomach. So enzymes are critically important. But this third stage helps to break down your food in a way that it can become the nourishment that you need inside of your body. It also provides you with essential nutrients, such as short-chain fatty acids like butyrate. I'll talk more about butyrate in a few moments. It helps to regulate the immune system that contribute to your mental health, as I've mentioned before. And there's more exciting studies on this coming out all the time. It plays a key role in metabolism. So how much energy you have and how difficult it is to lose weight or to maintain weight. And there are many other factors that are still being studied as we speak. And this is a very exciting new field of science. So we know now that because of the genetic connection between certain types of probiotic and the brain, that there's actually an emotional connection. A happy gut, well, it helps to make your brain happier. It helps to make you happier. This is so important, and I could spend 2 hours talking about that, but we don't have that kind of time, so we'll move on. Just remember, happy gut, happy brain. Your gut health and immunity is so important. In fact, right now, 1 out of every 5 people globally, according to a recent survey, say that the most important thing to them is having something that is safe and natural to support their immune system. Well, about 70% of your total immune function actually resides in your gut. So the healthier that gut is, and the happier that gut is, the more likely you are to have a better immune system, a more efficient immune system. That's extremely important. You know, we've been contributing to healthy guts for more than 25 years at Mannatech with both prebiotic and probiotic. I'll get back to prebiotic in a minute. So the probiotic is the probiotic bacteria which does all of these things that I've just been talking about. And we have a product called GI Defense. Now, from the time I first introduced the first GI Defense formula until the time we launched it was a considerable period of time and research. And I'm so happy to say that we now have the best in class product for gut lining, for gut health. This product called GI Defense is based on butyrate. Now you see most of the other products, in fact, all of the other products I know of on the market today that are made for leaky gut, to help you with leaky gut. These products are glutamine based. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's beneficial. But a more direct, more unique, more scientific approach is to use butyrate. And that's the foundation of GI Defense. The principal difference between GI Defense and all of the other products on the market today. GI Defense is the product you want to take every day. It's the product I take every day to protect my gut lining. You should do the same. You're going to notice a very unique and very pleasant aroma from the GI Defense product, from many of the components that we put into that formula. And I'll tell you what, you want to make sure that you don't have a leaky gut. And GI Defense is the best way I know to support your body's efforts in that area. And what about the probiotic? Well, we have a product called GI Pro Balance. And from the very first GI Pro product that I made years ago to the one that we have now, GI Pro Balance, there have been many generations of improvement, many. And this product is fantastic as a probiotic. It is also a synbiotic. Now, that's not symbiotic, but synbiotic. A synbiotic is a product that is both probiotic and prebiotic in the same mixture, in the same blend, and this product is. From the very first GI Pro to this one, it always has been. But this product is so vastly improved, and we made these improvements based on scientific study with our Ambrotose technologies. So we know that certain probiotics not only are more hardy and more resistant to the acid in your gut, and that's pretty important. You have to make sure that that probiotic actually gets to the gut, or it's not going to give you any benefit. But also, these probiotics work much more synergistically with our prebiotic formula, which is called Ambrotose. I'll get to in a moment. In this product, you have 50 billion, that's billion with a B, CFUs. That stands for colony forming units. And that means the number of probiotics. Now, you want to have as many of these units as you can, and you want them to be as diverse as possible. I'll get back to that idea. Remember, biodiversity is important. So we'll get back to that in a few moments. So this product, GI Pro Balance, it's tasty, it's convenient, it's easy to use, and it is packed with 50 billion hardy CFUs, probiotics, for your colonies to be reinforced. Then we have another product that I would love everyone to take this product every day. I mean, everyone. And the product's called Liver Support. Pretty simple name because, well, that's what it does. Now, from the time that I introduced this initial formula to the time we finally were able to launch it, again, was a lot of research and different improvements in the formulation along the way, leading to what today is the best in class liver support formula. The liver performs so many functions. You cannot conjugate your hormones without a healthy liver. Your immune system can't function properly without a healthy liver. Your brain chemistry cannot be properly formulated without a healthy liver. It's not just a detoxification organ, which, wow, is that important. Folks, the liver support formula is a product I could spend an hour on. It's so important. I'm so excited about this product. So for metabolism, for detoxification, for overall healthy nutrient levels, liver health, of course, Digestive health, of course. Cellular energy, yes. And there's also choline in this, which is an important methyl donor. It helps with methylation. That's a different lecture we don't have time for today. Suffice it to say, if you want to have a happy gut and a happy body, liver support is a formula you should think about. In addition to that, of course, there is always our foundational product, Ambrotose. The Ambrotose technologies, whenever you see the word Ambrotose, you know you have prebiotic. A prebiotic is the food that a probiotic eats in order to become strong, healthy, and, well, multiply. And you want that. So Ambrotose technologies, in addition to all of the other things that we talk about with Ambrotose, and I have many recordings that you can view on Ambrotose, it is a prebiotic, and that is super important. And we know from scientific study that probiotic bacteria really enjoy Ambrotose. So it's something that you want to be putting into your daily diet. Well, let's talk about enzymes. I mentioned that briefly a few moments ago. You need enzymes to digest your food, and I have an entire lecture on video that you can watch on that, so I won't talk about it in great detail right now. Suffice it to say that adults lose their ability to produce enzymes by a small margin each year of their life as they age. At a certain point, it becomes very noticeable. Even people who are under the age of 30 may have enzyme deficiency problems. So you want to make sure that you have all of the enzymes necessary to break down your proteins. Those are called protease. And we have 3 types of protease in this formula. Lipase to break down fat, lactase to break down lactose for people who are lactose intolerant, invertase to break down sugars, cellulase to break down the fiber in vegetable material, and of course, alpha-galactosidase to help you with flatulence. So this is a great and really potent formula. If you were to take your original GIzyme formula that I made back in 2004 and just hold the capsules side by side, you'll see the new GIzyme is about twice the size of the original GIzyme. It's greatly improved. It's greatly effective. I recommend you use it before each meal. And of course, there's Manapol, my favorite product of all time. Manapol is one of 2 crucially important functional ingredients in the Ambrotose technology. But of course, in the Ambrotose technologies, it is a little bit lower than if you use straight pure Manapol, which is why we have the Manapol product by itself. So you have 500 milligrams of Manapol per scoop or per serving from that container, whereas in Ambrotose technologies, you have either 200 in complex or 205 in Ambrotose Life, respectively. Manapol is also a prebiotic. We know it as an immunomodulator and so many things that it's important for. But for today's talk, it's a prebiotic because probiotics love to eat Manapol. And of course, we have our product called ManaBoom, which also contributes to a healthy gut. A ManaBoom has vitamin C, of course, but it also has Manapol in it and wakame, which supplies fucoidan from that type of seaweed called wakame, or the botanical name is Undaria. It's designed to give you immune support on the go. It tastes great, it's convenient and easy to use, and it also contributes to a healthy gut. We have omega-3 with vitamin D. Now, I've done entire lectures on our omega-3, and you can watch those recordings whenever you like. But the reason that we're talking about omega-3 in terms of gut health is because recent scientific studies have shown us that omega-3 helps to increase the biodiversity of the gut. Now, this is important. Scientific study shows us that the greater diversity you have, the greater different types of probiotics that you have in your gut, the healthier that gut will be. We want your gut to be as diverse as possible. We also know that omega-3 helps to stabilize your gut environment. That's pretty important as well. So omega-3 is recommended as an adjunct product. Now, I had mentioned some other things, so let's go back to some other collateral technologies. Some additional products that help to support the gut, of course, are Manapol, omega-3 with vitamin D, and Manaboom. But in addition to that, there are other products that have microbiome benefits and gut health benefits and can help to contribute to a happy gut. Catalysts, as I've mentioned, for your vitamins and minerals, all of the Ambrotose technologies, whether powder or capsule, Nutriveris, ManaCleanse, TruePlenish, and our new product for kids, Mighty Bears. And I'll talk about that separately. Your gut is crucial to your health and to your life. Your immune health, your brain health, your digestive health, your liver health, your overall health.